back in the playoffs again for another episode of the Ottawa Senators franchise rebuild. And if you remember last year, I mean, we finished off pretty bad, but we were pretty good for most of the year. 42, 31, and 9. I mean, I think we're a better team than that. But in the first round here, we got a tough team. The Carolina Hurricanes, 52, 22, and 9. Let's do a quick recap of our player stats here. So Langenbrunner, you know he's going to score. Ferland and Timmy Stu, that first line, I mean, one of the better first lines in the NHL. Even though only 80 points, 85, 87 doesn't seem amazing, they're still very, very good. The plus minuses on the team, there's nothing outstanding and outrageous, but Malkin had a really, this is honestly probably Malkin's best year, actually. Yeah, by far. Malkin is this, maybe he is worth that contract that he has. But yeah, that's his best year so far. He is on a 5.45 mil deal, so he is definitely getting paid a decent chunk of money. So I'm happy that he had a good year. Torsten Gort's one of the guys we drafted. He is going to be a stud, and honestly, long term could be a replacement for Langenbrunner if cap becomes an issue. I don't want to give away Langenbrunner, but we do have options there on the wing as Torsten Gortz. This guy's a stud. Looks like he'll probably end up winning the Rookie of the Year with 43 goals, 255 shots, 11 power play points. Definitely got to make sure he's still playing power play. And then Tim Stutzle. So we got a lot of pluses. I want to see the minuses, though. So Holden, that's that fourth line, eh? Holden, Bruce, Josh Williams. I mean, you can't expect much from that fourth line. It's kind of what it is. Chuck Montgomery had a really bad year. 25 points, minus 10. He's playing 27 minutes a game. I mean, yeah, this is his worst year in the NHL. Even year one, he had 34 points, but he has a minus 42. What happened from this year to last year? Montgomery's a 70-point man last year. This year, 25 points, minus 10. Playing 26 minutes time on ice, I guess. Not 27, my bad there. A lot of giveaways, not too many takeaways. Couple block shots, couple hits. But not the best year from Chuck Montgomery. I didn't notice that last episode. But let's take a look here at the Boston Bruins, the team, or not the Boston Bruins. I'm so used to playing in the playoffs 2 years in a row. The Carolina Hurricanes is who I meant to say. So let's view the lines. I think quickly we reviewed last episode, but let's take another look here. So they got Cesar St. Louis, who is a superstar X Factor, 24 years old. Didn't really grow to be too crazy, especially at 24. It's only 78 overall. He doesn't really produce that much either. It looks like it's his first year in the NHL, actually, so definitely some wasted talent, I would think. Then they got Sebastian Aho, so we know he's a beast. 33 years old, superstar X Factor, 89 overall, coming off 108 points plus 37. He's going to be a really tough player to play against. And they got Andrei Svechnikov, who is coming off a 63-goal campaign. Wow, Svechnikov has grown into an absolute stud the last couple years. 95, 83, 82, 92, 112 points. I mean, he's a plus 244 in his career. He doesn't look like a player that's going to be fun to play against. I'll tell you that for sure. Takes away the puck a lot more than he gives away. He's kind of just like the perfect ideal player. Who else do they got here? Gabe Vilardi, who has grown to an 89 overall. I mean, their team, it's pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. They got Brady Hapsheed, 83 overall there. Let's see. Let's go all the way back here. So 49 points, minus 3. I mean, not crazy, but a pretty good second line. He's probably got a morale boost. Martin Nikas grew up to a 91 overall. This is insane. I can definitely see why this team is as good as they are. Looking at it, they got Andre Kasha and then a former Ottawa Senator, because we always have to play the former Ottawa Senators. They got Drake Batherson playing third line center for them. And then Artem Afinogenov, right wing, 6'2", 25. I mean, he looks pretty good. Look at his puck skills. 99 deking, 99 hand-eye, 98 passing, 99 puck control. His shooting power is pretty good. He's a pretty solid player. His skating is not that great, though. But his puck skills and senses and shooting are very, very good. And fourth line, they got Devon Bradley, Damian Gallardi, and then Seth Jarvis. So, I mean, offensively, a pretty damn good squad, if you ask me. Defensively, who do we got? We got Urho Vikinen. I think we actually had him on our team for a year, if I remember correctly. I guess not. Maybe we just played him when he was on Boston. But he's playing first line for them. They all are around 30 to 33 years old. That's crazy. Ethan Bear will be their first line right defenseman, 33 years old. Ryan Lindgren, 33. Brent Pesce, 36. David Ferentz, 31. And Kevin Ball, 30 years old. 6'7", 236. This guy's an Ottawa 67s prospect in real life. I believe got drafted by the New Jersey Devils. Or he got drafted by the Coyotes and then traded to the New Jersey Devils. He's a big boy. But, I mean, they got the poise. They got the veterans on the team. And then Philip Grubauer, who for some reason, he probably will be winning the Vezina Trophy. If you look at his numbers, 45 wins, 14 losses, 7 OT losses, 5 shutouts, a .913 save percentage, and a 2.71 goals against average, the best in the league. So scoring on him may not come to be an easy task, but if we can get him out of the net and get Desmond Lombardi in there, we might have some success. But their team, I mean, I just know Drake Batterson's going to score about 3 to 4 goals on us easily. So that's one thing we got to contend with. But let's take a quick look at our team. And Phil Pitt up to a 90 overall. So we got Timmy Stu, Stefan Ferlin, Bob Huxley on that first line. Second line, we got Gortz, Langdon, Langenbrunner. Third line, Xavier Bouglet, Phil Pitt, and Timothy Tarasov in our fourth liner. We don't really play them too often, but we got Aiden Holden, Bruce, and Josh Williams. I honestly, offensively, we should be able to score more goals than them. We should. But somehow, Aho had like 100 points. Sveshnikov had 60, 70 goals, so it's going to be tough there. Defensively, this is where I think we have a huge advantage, but you never know. Last year, I mean, Montgomery was playing that first line. He was essentially useless this year. Maybe playing with Barnaby wasn't the best move for him, but I mean, 91 overall, you're getting paid $12.2 million. We need something from you. It's almost like we want to bring him down to the second line, but I don't want to limit his ice time. Malkin had a really good year on that line too. But defensively, I'd say we do have an edge there. And then in nets, we should have an edge with Marco Laxo and Dimitrios Fedoric. But, I mean, Grubauer, he could steal a show. 80 overall, Vezina Trophy winner. But that's it. We got nothing to do here. We're going to simulate a couple of games. If we have to make a roster change, we'll make the roster change. I'm not going to be scared to throw Phil Pitt on that first line, bring Langenbrunner up. We got a lot of different combinations we can work with, but we're not going to need it because we're going to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes here. Game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Ottawa Senators are in Carolina. Come on, first period, and we get on the board first thanks to Phil Pitt as he scores from the low slot on Philip Grubauer. We're getting outshot 14-9 here, but we do have the 1-goal lead. Second period, they tie it up as it is Artem Afinogenov, I believe it is. And we're going to third period, tied at 1-1. Can we steal a game on home ice? Sveshnikov gets one past Laxo early in the third. We're down 2-1. Come on, boys. 10 minutes left. Power play. Langenbrunner, give me one, and they kill it. And now we got to kill power play here. We're getting outshot heavily here. 41-26. 1 minute left in the game. I would like to say their goalie stole that game. I would like to. But we had 27 shots. They had 42. So, I mean, our goalie most likely more stole the game than their goalie. That's not good. That's not good. Losing 2-1 in game number 1. We gotta find a way to score against this team. We got to. First period, right there. Okay, there we go. We got 2 goals. We give up a shorty. That sucks. A short-handed goal is there's always the worst. But we get goals from Timothy Tarasov, and Phil Pitt gets his second of the series. So not bad there. We're up 2-1. Shots are a little bit more even this game, so we do like to see that. But second period here, and we score another 2. They got 1 back. Gabe Velarde gets his second of the game. But we get one from Chuck Montgomery and then the captain, Timmy Stutzle. So we're up 4-2. We got 2-goal lead in the third period to even the series at 1-1. We got 14 minutes left in the period. Shots are relatively even this game. We just got to hold on. We don't need to score more. Just play defense. Come on, boys. 5 minutes, and Xavier Bouglet looks like he has put the nail in the coffin here as the Ottawa Senators take game number 2 by a final score of 5-2 to even up the series 1-1. Xavier Bouglet, what a game. 1 goal, 3 assists. Barnaby puts up 3 assists. It's the depth scoring right now. The first line, they haven't been too effective. Second line's been all right. But the depth scoring has been really good for us as we take that and we're making the series 1-1 here. Game number 3 in Ottawa. I mean, if we win this, a 2-1 series lead, it seems good. Xavier Bouglet stole us a game. I think it's time for our boy Stefan Ferland to come alive here. And that's not a good period, as we allow 3 power play goals, all from the same area. 3 goals in 1 minute, basically. Who's taking these penalties? They get one from Ethan Bear. Drake Batson, I mean, you knew Batson was going to score on us, so at least when it's a game that's not really looking too good, he gets the goal. It's not a big goal. Sveshnikov scores again. Second period, we get one from Gortz. Sveshnikov scores. Down by 3 on home ice in game number 3. I mean, the 3 power play goals killed us. We got a power play to make it somewhat of a game here. We can't answer on our power play, and this looks like one of those games where we just cannot beat Grubauer. We have 31 shots, only 1 goal, and you quick sim the rest of that. We lose 4-1, and I gotta see who took these penalties. What happened? Penalties. Okay. So, okay, that'll do. That will do. So Bob Huxley got a major for hooking. I didn't even know it was possible to get a major for hooking. What did he do? A hooking major. What? Okay. Sure. I guess. A hooking major for Bob Huxley. I mean, the first thing I've ever seen in my life. First time I've ever seen a hooking major. Maybe like a slashing major would make more sense, but a hooking major. And that probably took him out for the game, I imagine. Yeah, 5 minutes, hit 6 hits. How many time on the ice did he have? Where is time on ice? It's not going to show. That's all right. But wow, a 5-minute hooking major is what kills us in game number 3. I mean, didn't know that can ever happen, but you live and you learn, right? So down 2-1 in the series. We're still on home ice here. The game's not over. We got Bob Huxley back after his huge hooking penalty. You can't lose this one. You can't go down 3-1 in the series. Ottawa, come on. Tim Stutzle, come on. Langenbrunner, Ferland, Chuck Montgomery. Anyone I pay more than $10 million. Let's go. First period, we're down 3-2. We get a goal from Bob Huxley after his hooking major, and we get one from Stefan Ferland, but we give up another shorthanded goal. Another shorthanded goal. This time to Kevin Ball. Nika scores 2 goals also to give him a 3-2 lead at the end of the first. Second period here, they add another one on as it's Bradley. And we're down by 2 goals again in the third period. But Barnaby gets one to make it close. 4-3 now. 15 minutes left on home ice. I mean, the fans just get behind the power play. It's been bad this series. And it stays ice cold. We are able to kill their penalty. 5 minutes left in the game here. Come on. 2 minutes. We need a goal here. All right. We got to make some changes here. We got to make some changes, or else this is going to be a very quick episode. We just cannot score. I want to take a look at the stats, though, to see who's playing well before I make these roster changes. So Barnaby's played really well for us. Xavier Bouglet had that one big game, 1 goal, 3 assists. Other than that, he's been not too effective. Phil Pitt, 3 points. Tim Stutzle, 3 points. Ferland, 3 points. Gortz, 1. Tarasov, 1. Huxley, 1. Montgomery, 1. Langdon, 1. Langenbrunner, he just disappears in the playoffs. I don't know what it is, but he just disappears in the playoffs. It doesn't make sense to me. In the regular season, he just lights it up all the time. But in the playoffs, nowhere to be found. All right, let's go. Edit lines here. What are we going to do? Here? You know what? Phil Pitt goes there. Huxley. Langenbrunner. Do we want to keep there? Okay, let's go here. We're making some moves here. Gortz is not a center. Bouglet could play center. I'm going to go like this. Or do we want to bring Langenbrunner up to play on that first line with You know what? I'm going to bring him up. Normally, this line just lights it up. Normally. I mean, I don't know if it's still gonna, but normally this is the line. I can go like something like that too. But normally that's our line. Defensively, Chuck Montgomery, I'm sorry, buddy, but you have not been good for us this year. I don't want to bring him on the third D pairing. That's a bit too much, though. He's a right D. I'm going to put him on the right side for sure. Actually, I'll keep him on the left side. But this is it. Down 3-1 in the series. We're going to Carolina for game number 5. We made a bunch of roster changes. And now, I mean, we gotta hope and pray. We need to win 3 straight. Last year, we were able to bounce back from a 3-0 deficit in the first round. This year, I mean, it's a tougher team, but our squad is godlike. So let's go. First period, we do get 1 goal as it's Chuck Montgomery. So, I mean, thankfully, he's doing something now. They get one from Habsheed, but it's a 1-1 after the first. We're outshooting them 16-7, but still just a 1-1 game. Second period. Ugh. We cannot. Aho, Drake Basson, and Aho. We get one from Ferland, but it's a 4-2 game. I don't know what it is. The playoffs, my scoring just disappears like it's never existed. We have 36 shots. Aho gets his hat trick. It doesn't make sense. We have 37 shots, but we can't score an 80 overall goalie. Tough. That's all I got to say. Tough. Again, another year of failure. 41 shots, 2 goals. I don't know how. I want to simulate here quickly to the end of the playoffs here, see who wins the Stanley Cup before we end off the video here, but it doesn't make sense. How is an 80 overall goalie the X factor in a series? The Toronto Maple Leafs are Stanley Cup champions this year. Let's go take a look. I want to see the stats. I want to see what happened here. I probably should have looked at. I want to look at the goalie stats, but so Barnaby. I mean, he had 1 big game. Other than that, it was nothing much. Ferland, he was pretty consistent, only about 1 point per game. Bougelette, he had that 1 big game. Timmy Stutzle, Chuck Montgomery. So I mean, Langenbrunner. Let's see his stats in the playoffs. I'm curious. I mean, for St. Louis, he was good. Maybe I'm being a bit too hard on him. This is the first year he had a bad playoffs. Maybe I'm being a bit too hard. But I expect him to have points. He's a 90 overall high elite. He's playing top line minutes. 5 games, he should have more than 15 shots. He's a +1. That's about it. 3 faceoffs, 10 hits, 2 blocked shots. I mean, he basically was a non-factor. I need more from Damon Langenbrunner. I know he lights it up in the regular season, but I need it to translate to the playoffs too. But that sucks. It's a very tough season. But let's take a look at the awards. The Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, the President's Trophy. Yeah, they were a really good team. Individual, McDavid, Adam Fox is on the Kraken now. Kyler Yamamoto wins the Lady Byng. Lutz the Calder. So we don't even win the Calder Trophy. Austin Matthews with the Conn Smythe. Vezina goes to Franzen. William M. Jennings also goes to Franzen. The Masterton goes to Ulson. Goligoski gets to Jack Adams. The Selke goes to Gouladis. Ted Lindsay, Connor McDavid, and the Maurice Rocket Richard. Connor McDavid. I don't know how we fix this team. I mean, on paper, we're disgusting. I think, at least. Where did Carolina go? So Carolina went all the way to the holy God. Toronto went 16-2 in the playoffs. Swept the Buffalo Sabres, beat the Montreal Canadiens in 6, swept Carolina, and swept the Winnipeg Jets. Wow. We got to take a quick look at the Toronto roster. Here. Doesn't even give me the ability to do it, but I can check via the stats here. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, I mean, 16-2. It might be the most dominant playoff of all time, can we say? I mean, probably. So the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Austin Matthews, 36 points in 18 games. William Nylander, 26. Penzek, 89 overall. 23. Berggren. Sweetland. Sandin, Jaden Andersons, P.S. Suter. Holy God. I want to check these overalls. 78, 81, 81, 83, 77, 79, 86, 80, 83, 81, 88, 87, 91, 82, 83. So he just had a really good playoffs. Pensek, 89, 87, 96. The team on paper isn't that much better than us. The overalls are kind of similar. But these guys lose 2 games in the whole playoffs. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm basically lost for words. But I mean, how do we fix this squad? Our line, we're disgusting, but it just doesn't translate. What are we gonna do?